Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. And a Happy New Year.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop.
It is Vlogmas Day 5. Hi guys, it's Vlogmas Day 5 and today we are going to be doing a Q&A. Let's get to it. So one of the first questions that I was asked was from Hector, actually. He asked that if I plan on going to college, what college do I want to attend? Honestly, San Francisco State is definitely my top school. So, you know, yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. And Kaylin asked if I plan on doing YouTube in the future. And honestly, I really do. College, hopefully. You know, I still plan on doing YouTube then. You know, maybe I'll have some better content because I know I'm a little boring and I'm a little weird. But that's okay. It's fine, you know? Like, yeah, but honestly, I really do plan on doing YouTube in the future. Daniel asked what my favorite memory from Roma was. One of the practice memories was when all of you guys were freaking drenched in water. Like, it was so hot. I think that's the day we had practice until like 3. And everyone was just so hot. Like, everyone was wet. I think it's in episode 1 of the Lost Tapes, and everybody was just showering with the water fountain. They'd come out of the restroom and they were completely drenched and everyone was wet. And it was just really good. My favorite memories was definitely going to our first competition and being obnoxiously loud with the other schools. But that was our Halloween comp. No, it was the day before Halloween, so that was October 30th when we had our first comp. So that was one of the good ones. Little Mel, Ash 2.0, asked, how is my winter break going? Well, it hasn't really started. Today's Monday. It's the first day. Honestly, but like so far I mean, I can already say it's gonna be pretty good because like, I mean, for once I get to just relax and hopefully get back into like my schedule or whatever. It's going pretty good. Let me know how yours is going down below. Leslie, my baby girl, asked me, what do I want to do after high school? Well, kind of covered this a little earlier with Hector's question, but I do want to go to college and I want to study psychology, and if not, I want to study English, you know? So those are my top 2 majors, and hopefully I do get to go to college, and hopefully I get to go to San Francisco State. Arturo's asked, how am I? I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I mean, break just started. What more can I ask for? You know, just a couple days off. Luis asked me, what does Christmas mean to you? Christmas to me is just getting to be with my loved ones. Being with my family. I really don't know how to explain that one, but I don't know. There's just something so comforting about it that I get to be with my family for that time. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just good. Yeah. Mia, my Rialto baby, asked if I could go back and redo one major event, what would I do? You know, I've always said that everything happens for a reason. You know, whatever happens, happens. So I don't think I would change anything. No matter how small or how large something may have been, it still contributes to the bigger picture, if that makes any sense. Not like I wouldn't change anything because I wouldn't want to alter my life. Everything has happened for a reason, and the way everything has happened, I've been okay with it because you either learn from it, you grow from it. There's just a lot of factors at play, like the path that I've been on, regardless of how tough it has been or how easy it's been. You know, everything happens for a reason, so yeah. Jasmine, my baby, asked what my favorite memory is. As a whole? Like, in all of my life? I don't think I can choose just one, like, because there's a lot. Like, I could choose some with my family, some with my friends, some in just school in general. One of my favorite memories that comes to mind was in April when I went to camp with my peer counselors, when we all got to know each other. That has turned out to be one of the greatest events in my life, and it is my favorite memory because we all walked in strangers and walked out feeling like I'd known them since I was born. To this day, they're still right by my side and they help me through anything and everything. So I think that's definitely one of my favorite memories. Elvis, my beautiful cherry, asked quite a few questions. She wants a little bit of a story time. How do you keep yourself motivated? I don't know. It's still a challenge every day. Like, you know, there's good days where you can do all of your work, feel really good. Then there's also those days that you just don't even want to get out of bed. There's those days where your anxiety is so high, you just shut down and you push everyone away, and it's hard. For the most part, I think my family, for sure, is like one of the biggest motivating factors in my life. And, you know, always talking to Coach Nava about how I'm not just preparing for myself. You know, if I do everything right, I'm preparing or I'm supporting 5 generations, you know, myself, my kids, so forth. And if I do everything right, my parents and my grandparents. It's just my family, like just watching them and seeing how hard they work and what they've been able to provide me with. At the end of the day, I want to make them proud, and I want to see those smiles on their faces. She also asked, we often question ourselves about like who we are, and she wants to know if I've found myself. So you could have asked me this a few months back, and I probably would have said yes. You know, I probably would have told you that I'm this confident, funny person. I don't know what I would have told you. I probably would have said that I like to read. I like yoga. I like to meditate. You know, I like to be outside, and there's nothing more I'd really rather do than be outside. But I wouldn't necessarily say I've found myself. I don't really know what it means to find yourself. It's about the journey of discovering who you are, discovering what you like, discovering what speaks to you, what doesn't speak to you. Finding the people you connect with, what makes you happiest, what brings out the best of you, what makes you the best version of you that you can possibly be. I feel like I'm on the right path to finding myself, you know, but I feel like it's not something I'm gonna achieve at such a young age. You know, I can put myself on the right path. I can improve my mental state and remove toxic things and get myself out of toxic situations that are obstacles in my journey to finding who I am. But along the way, there are people who stand by me and are incredibly patient. That includes my family, my friends, and just everyone. Being in peer counseling and being in music has truly put me on the right path to really finding who I am. Yeah, I think I'm just on the right path to finding myself. So, and she wants to know how hard or easy it was for me to gain or have self-confidence. And let me tell you, it is a constant battle. It is an everyday thing that still gets the best of me sometimes. My acceptance journey, I guess, is what I'd want to call it. It started this year. It really did. I don't remember exactly when it started, but I just remember doing everything for myself. Like, I remember getting out of school and wanting to find new things that I really enjoyed, that I really loved. And so I started to do yoga. I started to meditate. I started to read again. I started hanging out outside more. And I felt my spirits slowly getting better. Each day, I would work on something that I didn't like about myself. And I would try to find ways to make me accept it. Reading poetry books about self-love and acceptance. And being with my friends who just accepted me for who I was. Every day, I tried to work on something that I didn't like. I started being nicer to myself because at the end of the day, you're gonna leave this world the same way you came in. Alone. At the end of the day, there's gonna be no one but yourself to pick you back up. You only have one body, you have one life. You can live in the constant battle that you have to do everything to fit the standards that everyone else expects you to. That you have to be tall and skinny. You have to have colored eyes. You have to have long eyelashes. You have to have the perfect body. We keep comparing ourselves to what social media perceives as beautiful. But if you love yourself and you feel you're beautiful, what more can you ask for? Once you start realizing that you are perfect the way you are, your life is gonna change for the better. You know, I hope that you choose to love yourself each and every day. I know some days it's gonna be harder than the others. Some days you're gonna wake up and feel so crappy. Regardless, you're you, and you are beautiful and perfect the way you are. Like, there's nothing more than waking up in the mornings or looking at the mirror and seeing you and accepting who you are for who you are, if that makes any sense. I follow a lot of plus size beauty influencers, you know, body positive accounts, people who remind me that if you have a little jiggle on you, it's okay, because you know what that means? It just means more to love. And, you know, luckily I grew up in an environment where my parents were always supportive, in a family that always told me how beautiful I was. And it wasn't until this year where I really started believing them. I grew up in a family that reminded me that it was okay to have a little extra meat on me because it was simply more to love. I just remember hating every inch of my body because I always compared myself to other people, because I always thought people were so much prettier because everyone else was so much thinner. I always compared myself to the tall, slim, beautiful girls at my school. I always asked myself, why am I not as pretty as them? You know, or like, why can't I be as skinny as them? I got tired of it because I had reached such a low point. Like, every day I was comparing myself to someone. Every day I was asking myself, why can't I look like them? Why can't I be like them? Why am I not as smart as them? And eventually I stopped, because I realized how unhappy I was and how unhappy it made the people around me. You know, you're constantly bringing yourself down. You're constantly nagging on yourself. You're constantly asking why you're not good enough. The truth is, you are good enough. You are good enough to find that love for yourself, and you are good enough to be who you are. And it is a journey, and it is a process, and it is an everyday battle to love yourself. But let me tell you, as soon as you achieve it, as soon as you even start to change the way you look at yourself and start treating yourself like a baby needs that nurturing. You know, they need that love and everything to grow into this happy, beautiful, healthy baby. Once you start changing your perspective about yourself, it's gonna make a difference. To this day, it's still a constant battle to wake up every morning and love what you see in the mirror. Because you're not just gonna have the self-confidence every day. There are some days it's gonna fluctuate, you know? Like, for me, my weight fluctuates a lot. And I know other people might not notice it, but I do notice it. And I know it's something that I'm still trying to accept because it's normal. Like, the things I have on my body, I have stretch marks. They're natural. They resemble the growth that I've gone through, you know, like how much I've grown throughout the years. It's easier said than done, but once I started doing that, it really made a difference. And I really hope that, like, that's one thing that I do want to get out there, is I really hope that I can help others gain and have that self-confidence. Like, I want to remind people that everything that you might hate about yourself is natural, and that you were made the way you are for a reason. Whether you have stretch marks, or you have a tummy, or you have back rolls, or you think you're too skinny, everything that you hate about yourself is completely natural. It's a journey. It's a process, and it all starts with you and how much you want to overcome it and how much you want it. But that is all I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope this helped in any way, you know. Thank you guys for sending me in your questions. I will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 6. Peace.
Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen and Blitzen and all his reindeers pulling on the reins.